Nick Novak chasing him down. Will we get a winner? Moving on to 16, right? Here we are, our fourth battle. It's ended at our 32. Here goes James Deane initiating in that AutoZone Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5. That Deane Novak transitioning nicely against the champ into that second outside zone. Novak just trying to shove him around. Is that too much? Gonna need to see that overhead view, get some real dynamic angles here, looking more like a video game here, and we're just gonna need the assist on the different angles.
Look at the cars, just keep driving.
To take a one more time or competition, excuse me, to take a competition timeout this early on, I don't know if that's the wisest move, but it might be what takes you out, because Novak being aggressive, he had to back off, ended up hurting him more than it did helping him being that aggressive. Novak now coming to the second outside zone. He's gonna try to put down an blazing run. James Deane tucks it nicely, knows his track. Like I said, winner last year. Can he go back to back here in New Jersey? Past that inside clip, gives him enough room to go ahead and get that initiation. Look at Novak digging deep. Look at the angle. Yeah. Just absolutely locked in.
Yeah, we'll see how the judges.
Here we go. Slide him left for Deane, right for Novak. James Deane gets 1 vote, 2 votes, and unanimously, James Deane gets the victory over Nick Novak. Pro drifter, you got to have a good lead run, but a good drifter and a championship and a winning drifter has a phenomenal chase run. You got James Deane in rearview mirrors, you better look out. Here comes RCP, Rome Charpentier in that lead position. There goes James Deane in that big Mustang, chasing him down. That little 1 Series BMW now into that outside zone, and now coming. Let's see how they handle this inside clip. The one and only, almost touching tires there. Little left foot break there from RCP. That is a momentum zone on the transition. RCP gets in the dirt. Whoa, we are doing tandem, riding the hood, and that was a new one. He was going, I mean, it's a Mustang, but I didn't know it was a rodeo breaking out. You know, it's basically producing it incomplete, so it's very tough here. Let's see how it plays out here. James Deane, you know, man, he is ripping off that line. You see the car like already sideways on this, like not even on initiation, just drag race into that first outside zone. RCP, he's got nothing to lose. Well, lost his other defender, courtesy of the contact there. But look at him, he is throwing it to the door. RCP giving it all to James the Machine Deane in that last outside zone. RCP gets involved with dirt, maybe.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because he's a rocket man. So that was a big deficit by RCP. He was at 2 battles. The Great 8 begins now. Hiro Manoa, winner in Orlando. James Deane, winner at round 2 in Atlanta. The conditions much wetter, much slicker, but Hiro Manoa would love to take down his hero, coincidentally, across the nose of that Ford Mustang. Might not want to do that. If you saw RCP's BMW, he might attack. All right, here we go. Hiro Manoa into that second outside zone. James Deane tucks in nicely. Look at him mimicking the angle here, throwing it in, and you can see him looking that, working that left brake, that left foot brake, right? James Deane now brings it on into that last one. Hiro Manoa almost getting eaten by the Mustang. That is where blood.
James, I have a feeling James is going to throw down a heater right now, though.
Oh, watch. Well, I think he's going to have a gangster entry here. Literally, the physicality of, okay, he tapped that cone, but it didn't go out of place. So James Deane, big entry there from James Deane. Almost gets lost in smoke, burying him in the smoke. Into that second outside zone. There goes James Deane. I mean, he's getting, oh! Hiro is fighting back. He is nipping at his ankles right now. The Rugrat is fighting back. Yeah, he might be 15, but he carries big angle. Now across the finish line. Again, physically a big car. James, even last year, and today, it's a good old day. James Deane gets 1, gets 2, and it's unanimous. James Deane kind of riding high. I feel like his emotions are all over the place, but we know when push comes to shove, very calculated. And Frederick Osbo leaves the line. We got a clean start. Send it. Frederick Osbo initiates in that first outside zone. James Deane could bring it back just a little bit. Tucks into that pocket. Bathing the Kenda tire smoke in the second outside zone. Puts it right in where it needs to be. James Deane got that good proximity. Can massage a little bit more to be parallel to the Toyota Supra. Past that inside clip into the last outside zone. Both of them bringing it on home. Don't leave it in the judge's hands. Bring the X factor. But when it comes to this, you almost want to, because these guys are they're expected to put on perfection, you need to force a mistake. You know what I mean? Because look back at Atlanta, round 2. It was not 1, but 2 one more times to get an eventual victor, that being James Deane. Now we have dry conditions. Go in that second outside zone. Like I said, just put it and try to force a mistake on either side. Look at James tapping the brakes. Osbo massaged it. He adapts very well. Little left foot brake, kind of halted it up, going to that last outside zone. James keeps composure, as does Frederick Osbo. This is what I was talking about. A lot of rounds left. James Deane gets 1 vote. Oh, one more time, Ed. one more time.
Go right down to the last event. It's crazy to see how this battle is going through this season.
Here we go. Let's send it between these two giants. I mean, these guys are some unarguably some of the best drifters in the world. Frederick Osbo initiates that first outside zone. James takes a different approach on that chase position. In the second outside zone goes Freddie, flirts with the white line on the outside zone. Now let's see this transition. Boom, right past it. And now going to that last outside zone, there goes Freddie and James in tow. Want to see that overhead. Won an event before. He got third place here last year. And it was James Deane who won here last year.
Yeah.
And the loser gets third place. The winner goes to the finals. Who's going to be? Are we going to have victor? James Deane, nasty initiation. Came out of it just a little bit. You saw this again. Just knowing how capable James Deane is, you can't make those mistakes. This is what I'm talking about. You know, you got to almost force a mistake on the other side, but we know how perfect these guys are. Now coming at last outside zone, snappy. There's that X factor. Going at last outside zone, massive angle from James Deane. 22nd year here in 2025. Who's getting the win, Osbo or Deane? Osbo gets the win and advances on.